Welcome. I'm Mike Snell, part of the Athletic Hall of Fame Committee. And before we get started, a couple of friendly reminders, myself included. Somehow I have to turn this thing off. God knows. I better throw it to my daughter so she can figure it out. Yeah, this is sort of a big day. It's getting bigger every time we do this. We get a little better at it. We learn from our shortcomings each time, and don't be shy about passing on anything that you see that you think we can do better. But today represents what we call the class of 2016, which is sort of confusing in itself because it's still 2015. But we can't figure out how to get out of that mode. So I think we're going to just start using the number. This is the 17th class of Hall of Fame inductees, which in and of itself is probably a pretty good idea of the stability of the organization, which is a good thing. So I'll take care of a couple of housekeeping things. If you need to use the facilities, out the door here and to the right. If you go out the door here, you're on your own. It's sort of like finding the parking lot for those of you that haven't been here in quite a while. You know, talk about utter confusion. But today, we need you to have fun, relax. I say that, I'm sure our honorees have a little anxiety pill bouncing around in their stomach, so it's okay. You know, when you stand up here and those lights get in your eyes, you can't see anything anyhow, so it doesn't matter. I'd like to thank and welcome the honorees. There's 10 of you here, or there's 8 of you here. We'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. But you know, the size of the crowd, there's a lot of family members here, a lot of friends here, a lot of teammates here. And it should be a special day. The committee works incredibly hard to make it a memorable event. We think it will be. Again, you tell us. So I'm going to do some welcoming and introduce some people here. The main part of the program starts when I get done rambling. And as my daughter will tell you, I'm never short for words. Oxygen, now that might be a little problem, but words I can keep talking for quite a while. So try not to take too much time. But this is another ceremony of first. Last year we had quite a few firsts. This year we're going to provide our honorees with a new plaque that deviates from what we've been awarding our honorees for the first 16 years of ceremonies. The old plaque will still reside on the wall in the lobby of the field house. So that's new. And I don't know how many of former Beaver Creek grads have noticed that the school system has embraced a new logo. So that logo is new for us, and that logo is a picture of that up there. And we've ditched the old battling beaver, as much as I love the little critter. So it's gone. So this is our first logo, first presentation of the logo for us. As far as our nominees, you know, this class is pretty unique in one area, and that is being the distance that they've traveled to be here. Unfortunately, 2 couldn't make it because the distance was just too great. And one is currently playing professional basketball in Japan, and that would be Jerome Tillman. The other one is a resident, and I don't know for how long, maybe we'll find that out later today, of New Zealand. So those didn't work out. But the result of that was that brings another first for this ceremony, and that being, for the first time we'll do a video comment. Now, that will work just fine as long as the operator of the technology handles it. And the operator of that technology becomes me after I get done with this little gig. So good luck. We'll make do. It won't be graceful, but we'll make do. So that's another first. As I was talking about the distance that some of our nominees have come, I think there's only 3 of our honorees that are really be considered local. So we got New Zealand and Japan covered. That's that's some geography I'm not familiar with. We got a couple from Columbus, and they safely made it down in this difficult, challenging weather. I got another guy. He's from Milwaukee, and I don't know why, but he has to go to Arizona to be a snowbird. And we had a couple of honorees from Florida. One that snowbirds down there. So, when we add up all the total miles of our honorees this time around, it would be significant. So, welcome for those of you that haven't been back for a while. Welcome back to Beaver Creek. For those of you that haven't seen the facilities, I think you're seeing your old tax dollars at work. So that's good. So this is basically the program. It's short and sweet. We hope to be out of here, and we got a great buffet. Had the caterer for the first time last year. Very good food. For those of you, let me ask if you. I think we're in good shape as far as accommodating the meal expectations. We should be in pretty good, reasonable shape there. So no problem. Hopefully you've picked up your meal coupon or meal ticket. $15, by the way, for those that aren't on the gratis program. I just would mention that. So again, welcome to our inductees. Today is your day. To your families. We also have some special folks in the crowd. I was going to try to name them, but I'll blow that in a heartbeat. But I do know that we've got a number of former coaches that made their way back for this ceremony to support some of the players that they may have had, in some cases, a long, long time ago. But thanks for stopping in and being a part of this, and I know it means a lot to the honorees. So for that, thank you. We have a number of Hall of Famers here in the crowd, and we work diligently to try to get more. But sooner or later, we'll have a crowd of 20 or 30 of those. It just, when you really look at the demographics of where all these people are located, there's not that many around in the local vicinity anymore, which is a little sad in itself. So, I'm making excuses. So with that said, a couple of people I do want to mention. I want to welcome Brad Pompous, who's the new athletic director for Beaver Creek High School. Brad was, there's Brad back, he's back standing out of the firing line too. So welcome, Brad. Welcome to the school system. And he took the place of Jim Smears. I don't think Jim's made it yet. Jim's planning on making it, and we wanted to thank Jim for his years of service. And one of the things I wanted to mention, I said earlier on that the committee works really hard and diligently to put this program together. It's a year-long process, but most of the committee members are here. Some have coaching responsibilities and duties and are down at the field house. Others have their children that they're continuing that they support to this day and going to their games, so they'll be in and out. But there's I think 14 of us on the committee, and the one thing to carry away from that is this: we have every living member of the athletic director's office as part of this committee. They are instrumental in everything we do. So we're blessed. We go back to an athletic director that's started at Beaver Creek Schools in the late 50s or early 60s. I'm not going to try to date him. That was a few years ago. So the recollections of those folks is instrumental to what we try to accomplish year in and year out. That being said, you know, for the honorees, sometimes we're asked, you know, how'd I get here? Or how do I get somebody here? And I'm not going to go into some of the bloody details. It's a process, and it's a journey. And it all starts with the nomination. And somebody nominates an ex-athlete from Beaver Creek, and it has to be 10 years ago. Not to say that the nomination form can't be submitted before that, but it has to be, they have to be gone for at least 10 years. But it all starts with that form, and that form is readily available. It's available out on our Facebook page. It's available from the athletic department. It's available on the boosters page. You send us a note, we'll send it to you. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. It's totally painless. But once we get those nominations, then the one thing that the committee does and takes responsibility for is reviewing those. And it may not be an immediate process, but we review them. And there's some that, quite frankly, don't meet up to the standards that we expect for a Hall of Fame candidate. I'm as determined as any, as this is not a participation award. This is for outstanding athletes. And everyone that gets recognized is outstanding. So, that being said, the nomination comes in, we take a look at all those, and if some of them come up a little short, that's okay. We'll research them, we'll send them out, we'll get more information. It may take 3 or 4 years. It may take 10, I don't know, it doesn't matter. You know, it sits there. But we ultimately, every year, put together a ballot, and that ballot can consist of 5 up to 20. 20 people that once they pass that process of the Hall of Fame committee, that the committee has said, these are all deserving people for the Hall of Fame. So it reaches that point, they stay on the ballot. The voting process is done by a different committee of dedicated people that annually receive from us profiles for the candidates that have been identified. They come to a meeting, they deposit their ballot. From that ballot then, we select the top receiving vote getters, and then we ask those same people to weigh them. You know, here's 8 people, weigh them, 1 through 8. Who's the best, who's the least? And then depending on those results, we end up with where we are today. So it's an arduous process, but it's one that's unbiased, that's fair, and committed to. So that's the biggest thing. So, folks, that's how you got here today. So, let me just check. Everybody's got their lunch tickets. With that, having now taken enough of your time, I'm going to turn it over to the people that can really do a good job up here and yank me off this stage, and I'll go back to operating my technology. But last year we started the first process of Hall of Fame members of the Hall of Fame Club, serving the role of MCs. This year we're honored to have Dave Stewart, who was inducted just last year in that class, but as a 1967 graduate of Beaver Creek and varsity athlete in 2 sports. I just had to remember you're a couple of years older than me, Dave. But not only is Dave a member of the Hall of Fame, but he's been diligently serving as chairman of those 14, 15 people that I talked about earlier for the last couple, 3 years anyhow. And along with Dave and helping him, and he does need a lot, is Shar McCoy, and that's how I know her, Shar McCoy, a 1998 grad and a 3-sport athlete while at Beaver Creek and a member of the Hall of Fame class of 2001. Now the unique thing about Sharma, and probably the Coy family is pretty familiar, she represents the better half of a 2-member family. Her dad, Roger, the only father and daughter members of the Hall of Fame. It's sort of neat when you think of it. There's only mother and daughter. I don't think we have any mother-daughter inductees at this point. But when I look around at who's in the Hall of Fame from the female side, I would guess that we're not too many years removed from from that unique ceremony taking place. So I welcome both of them to take the stage, and again, congratulations to our honorees. Thanks for your indulgence in dealing with me. And with that, I look forward to your comments. And that's it. Thanks a lot. Welcome, Dave and Sharma.